What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our match reaction after Liverpool have beaten Bologna by 2-0. Arne Slot's first home game as Liverpool's manager in the Champions League finishes with 2 goals and a clean sheet. The goal scored from Alexis Mac Allister and Mohamed Salah. I'll take that, my friends. It wasn't amazing at times. Sometimes it was, but it's another victory. It's another clean sheet. And if you offered it to me before the game, I would have bitten your hand off for it. So, we're going to go through and give you our thoughts ahead of the game. A reminder to everyone that is joining us right now, you can submit your player ratings with the link that is pinned to the top of the live chat right now. So if you'd like to come in and have your rating submitted for the player ratings video later on, just click that link at the top of the chat there and that will bring you to the page where you can submit your ratings. We'll also be asking you for your man of the match vote soon. We're going to give you 4 contenders to pick from, and as always here on Anfield Agenda, it's a democratic process. We had a poll earlier on at the request of the chat where they said, who is the best looking Liverpool player? And by a landslide with 48%, it was Dominic Szoboszlai. Over 3,000 votes for that one. Aston Villa as well have beaten Bayern Munich by 1-0, which is incredible for our friends at Aston Villa tonight as well. So send their love and best wishes to them and their fans for a great night. But for us, I will take it. I will take it, my friends. So let us know your thoughts on this performance. I'm going to give you mine, of course, as well. Want to say a quick thank you to Christian, who donated 5 Anfield Agenda memberships just at the end of the stream as I went off going live. Thank you, Christian. I did notice it and wanted to just mention it, mate, while we came live here. And Nidodro, thank you for gifting a membership as well, my friend. Very kind of you. So look, the man of the match poll is up there now, and Connor has given you 4 options. Alisson Becker, Ryan Gravenberch, Mohamed Salah and Alexis Mac Allister. They are the options that you have, so vote away. And look, we know other people will throw other names at us and suggestions, but as you know, we can only have 4. So these are the 4 that we've gone for. And again, if you want to put your player ratings in, click the link at the top of the chat. Right, look, let's go through some of the underlying numbers from the game while we give you all a chance to cast your votes. So, possession-wise, not too much in it, to be honest with you. Liverpool, 52% as the home side. Bologna, 48%. Total shots, Liverpool with 9, which is on the lower end for us, but 4 of those on target. Bologna, more shots than us. 12 shots for Bologna tonight, but only 2 of those on target. Corners, 5 for Liverpool, 3 for Bologna. Total passes, Liverpool with 452 tonight with a pass percentage of 81%, success rate I should say. Bologna 418 passes, also with an 81% success rate. XG in the game, Liverpool 1.17, Bologna 0.56. But the most important stat, of course, is the scoreboard, which shows Liverpool beat Bologna by 2-0. The goals, though, were both beautiful in different ways, and both had Mohamed Salah involvement in them. The first goal, look, Alexis deserves all the credit for starting the move and finishing it, but it wouldn't have happened without Mohamed Salah's absolutely pinpoint precision curling ball in from the right-hand side. It was begging to be tapped in, and Alexis didn't need to be asked twice. So that opened the scoring for us. Then we went on and we played some good football for a while. Bologna came back in, and you were just waiting for that second goal, which we thought would kill Bologna off. And thankfully, the great man picked up the ball, right-hand side, cuts in onto his left foot, and just unleashes a Mohamed Salah thunder strike, left-footed, curler past the keeper into the corner, and that gave us a little bit of breathing room. It also made sure that Mohamed Salah, on Liverpool's 250th game in Europe as a club, confirmed himself as the highest scoring African player in the history of the Champions League, out on his own now with 11 goals, I believe it is, one ahead of Didier Drogba, so congratulations to Mo. Also, on a special night for Alisson Becker, his birthday and his 50th appearance in the Champions League for Liverpool. Again, what a performance from Ali tonight, incredible. I know we won 2-0, but when the big man was called upon to make the big saves, he does what he's always done, which is keep them out, and very grateful to him for his performance as well. My own thoughts on the game tonight, I thought our midfield was sensational. All 3 of them, Mac Allister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, just perfect. Attack tonight, I feel like we could have gotten a little bit more from Darwin. At times, You can understand the substitution on the 60th minute. Diaz had a quiet enough night by Diaz standards tonight. Couple of occasions he did get the ball, come across the front of the penalty area. I think he took too much out of it, in all honesty. It'll be interesting to see if the gaffer goes with Cody Gakpo for the game against Palace at the weekend. But look, all in all, stupid yellow cards from the referee aside, it was a pretty convincing win for us tonight. And thank you to everyone that keeps hitting the subscribe button as well. We really appreciate your support as we head towards 300,000 subscribers. Every one of you that hits that button makes a difference. Right, what else have we got? Madrid and Bayern lost, the so-called best teams in the world. Yes, I mean, some really shocking and good results for English clubs in the Champions League. Let's have a look at the results tonight, though. So obviously Liverpool beat Bologna by 2-0. Earlier on, Girona lost 3-2 at home to Feyenoord. Shakhtar Donetsk were beaten 3-0 by Atalanta. Massive night at Villa Park. Absolutely massive. Aston Villa back in the Champions League at home. 1-0 victory for them. John Duran with the goal to beat Bayern Munich, who of course scored a half-full goals in the first round. Benfica were 4-0 victors. 4-0 over Atletico Madrid. That is a real standout result. Dinamo Zagreb currently still playing 2-2 against Monaco. Lille beat Real Madrid. Lille beat Real Madrid. I'm going to say it again. Lille beat Real Madrid. And of course, Leipzig, Juventus. Juventus have turned that one around and are 3-2 up in that game. And Sturm Graz 0, Club Brugge 1. Wow. Some big results there tonight in the Champions League. Christian said, nobody was able to stop Ryan. He was magnificent on the ball. His confidence is a beautiful thing to see. Let Madrid in like we did Bologna and we will be punished. Again, probably correct, Paul, but we did our job tonight and we got the win. And we can only look after our own results, I guess. Bigger tests are still to come, that's for sure. Right, so Arne Slot is the first ever Liverpool manager to win 8 out of his first 9 games. Just let that sit for a minute. Yes, we had that poor result against Nottingham Forest, but no draws, 8 victories for Arne Slot, which is incredible. So well done to him and the squad. It's fantastic to see. And they're the type of stats that we can read out over and over again as well. Great start to life as Liverpool manager for Arne Slot. I parlayed Liverpool and Villa and Madrid. Ouch, Trevi, ouch. You would have thought Madrid wouldn't be the one letting you down on that one, right? Dark Knight said, man, I cannot help but think how amazing Chelsea would be in the Champions League with the squad we have. Our attack is deadly. Yeah, but to be fair, mate, you're where your league performance last year deserves to be. Definitely a far better team than you were at times last year. I'm not trying to say that, but you would think you'd go and win that Conference League. And I think you'll be there or thereabouts at the top 4 positions this season. I think it'll be a battle between yourselves and probably Aston Villa for that 4th spot. Pro said Alisson was his man of the match. Could have gone with 2 or 3 goals without him. Again tonight, mate, when he was called upon in the big moments, he made the big saves. And that's why we love him so much. He is the epitome of consistency and just never switches off. It is difficult when you're a goalkeeper at a club like Liverpool, where maybe you're not going to be called into action too much within the game. To keep those levels of concentration that Alisson does is phenomenal. So, yeah, all love and respect to him. He was brilliant tonight. Ryan, how are you, bro? Lovely to see you back in. A Villa supporting friend in the chat. Up the Villa, he said, mate, I'm not going to take anything away from your victory tonight. Delighted for you all as well. Big night at Villa Park, and we've both won, so I'll take that, mate. You know, virtual handshake and all that, Ryan. Matthew said Gravenberch was insane. Not Tottenham with a shout of 4th. Yeah, but I wouldn't, if I was putting my money down right now, I would personally think it's between Chelsea and Villa. But of course, you know, Spurs, I think they're reliant on maybe a couple of players not picking up injuries, but they're very interesting and easy on the eye to watch, aren't they? Craig, Bayern Munich want to sign Alisson. Well, they can want. You know what I mean? I wanted to. Well, I'm not going to say that because I'll get in trouble with my wife. But, you know, we all have wants. The referee wants to go in there and make whoopee with a banana, but we've emptied all the bananas out of the changing rooms. Referee wanting to go up and swap shirts with Alisson all when he's seen the yellow. Viewers of the watch along will know where we were going with that one. So let's check in on the man of the match poll, which of course you guys vote and decide. We give you 4 options today: Alisson Becker, Ryan Gravenberch, Mohamed Salah and Alexis McAllister. It's looking like we're going to have a clean sweep again for Ryan this season. I don't know if there's been an Anfield Agenda Man of the Match poll that Gravenberch hasn't won this year. I don't think it's happened. Jonathan said, any dinner recommendations for birthday celebration? Steak. Always steak. If you're in Dublin, go to Tomahawk. It is... Connor and I can't say enough good things about Tomahawk Steakhouse. We've been there 3 times. We've loved it 3 times. It's amazing. Costas is sliding and dude kicks him, but it's yellow for Costas. It was shocking, mate. Absolutely redonkulous decision from the ref. Shouldn't have been a free kick, let alone a yellow. But then again, this referee tonight was getting those yellows out of his pocket way too quickly for the most minor of things. Like, it was just such an over-the-top, silly refereeing performance with the card. And they could come back and haunt their players later in the tournament. Stephen said medium rare ribeye. For me, mate, I'm all about the fillet steak. Stephen, I'm all about the fillet steak. Medium like your good self, but yeah, I'm all about that fillet steak. So, Mohamed Salah is the first Liverpool player in history to score in 5 consecutive Champions League home games. So there you go, another stat about the great man tonight. Now the top scorer of history again in the Champions League with 45 for Mo, 44 for Didier Drogba. There's a few more stats getting thrown at me here now as well, so I'm trying to play catch up. Do I have a connection to Liverpool beyond Liverpool Football Club? Not a personal one. No, I've no relations or anything like that live over in Liverpool. But as I explained earlier on, Liverpool and Ireland, or Liverpool and Dublin, have a very special connection, because when people emigrated and left Ireland in search of work and a better life, the boat left Dublin and arrived in Liverpool. So it's the first port of call for many Irish people who went over in search of that better life and better times for their families. And that's why that connection is there, you know. And as I got older and I start understanding that connection, it only strengthened my bond with Liverpool and the love I have for the city and, of course, the football club. Melissa said, Mo got a goal and an assist, man of the match. Indeed. Hey, Melissa, you guys vote for the man of the match, not me. We only give you the options. But yes, it was a great display from Mo tonight. There was some sloppy passing at times, Melissa, but as you've said, a great goal and a fantastic assist from Mo. How's the lettuce going? It's starting to get brown. It's starting to... You know what I mean? It'll be a tough call if the lettuce or Ten Hag lasts the weekend. I mean, this could be a very close race. Keep hitting that subscribe button, by the way, folks. If you are new in, we appreciate you being with us here for our match reaction. Don't forget, if you would like to submit your player ratings, you can do so with the link that is pinned to the top of the chat. Click on that. It'll ask you for your email address. Put that in and vote away. We're going to put them into our player ratings video, and we'll compare my scores with, of course, your average scores. Steve G, how are you, Steve? Let me just grab this. Actually, I think we need to refresh the chat if possible, please, Connor. So Steve's comment said, another win, European win for the Reds. Can't wait to see us play Madrid. Happy for Villa. Congrats to them. You'll never walk alone. And thank you, mate, for being a member with us as well, Steve, for 7 months as an Ultra member. Appreciate your support, sir. What did I think of Trent tonight? Not. Middling is probably what I'd say, Paul. Middling would be my reaction there. There we go. There's Steve. Thank you, Connor, for refreshing the chat for me. There you go, Steve. And thank you again, mate, for 7 months of membership with us as an Ultra member. It really is important to us for your support, Paul. Thank you. Or, excuse me, not Paul. I'm getting confused. Steve, apologies. What did I think of Trent? I've done that one. Excellent game from Szoboszlai. I agree. Szoboszlai's come in for a little bit of crap lately, and I don't think it's deserved, personally. His work rate, his effort, his endeavour, his guile is there. And tonight I thought our midfield trio, all of them, exceptional. So, yeah, I'm delighted. I think Szoboszlai deserves all the plaudits he gets. I thought he was brilliant tonight. Lovely to see Arna with a big beaming smile on his face as well, as he makes his way for his post-match interview with TNT Sport. He looks buzzing, and I can't blame him. Got his first win at Anfield in the Champions League, so congratulations to the gaffer. Mark, thank you as well, Mark, for gifting a membership. Very kind of you. How do you score player ratings? For me, 5 is average. 5 for me is on the lower side of average. I would say 6 would be an average. 5 would be getting into the you didn't do very well category, to be honest, for me. There has to be questions over Nunes' future. Well, to be fair, David, those questions are ongoing, I would say, mate. And the fairest I can be about all of this is he has to take his opportunities when the manager gives him a start. Put the ball in the net tonight, but was correctly ruled out for being about a yard offside. It's tough. It's tough, mate. I'm not at the writing him off point yet, but I totally do understand the perspective of anybody who is still to be convinced, because I think he still has some work to do. Gravenberg's a baller, said Jonathan. Johan van Angeren. He's brilliant, mate. He's brilliant. Can we just take a second, though, to just talk about Alexis McAllister again for a moment, because his vision and range of passing in such a congested area of the pitch, I think, is phenomenal. Virgil as well tonight. I think him and Ibu did really well. Some good defensive blocks and clearances, some good distribution and long-range passing from Virgil on display as well. I think tonight wasn't too overly impressed with either of our fullbacks. Not saying they did that wrong, but I didn't think that they really enforced their will on the game. I thought that they were on the kind of edge of the game a little bit. Nunes has to clean up the offside. He's always off, and the first thing I'd point out to my defenders if I was coaching against them. The thing about that is BFE3, he has such a quick burst of pace that he can give himself that extra half yard and probably still beat most defenders in a foot race. So, yeah, I'm agreeing with you, because it is frustrating when everything else is there. He's got the speed, he's got the ability to finish, just needs to time those runs a bit better. Janos said McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch were lethal tonight. Probably the best midfield partnership in the competition, but not as good as United's midfield. Remember that. Gary Neville told us all that Manchester United's midfield, Manchester United, who are 13th, by the way, in the Premier League, are better than Liverpool's midfield. How are you, Gary? I hope you're well, mate. Enjoying Thursday night football, Gary? Thursday nights. And all that jazz. What's the biggest difference you've seen so far from Klopp and Slot? Patience is probably the word that I would use. Patience, and a bit more risk aversion from Arne in the way that we play. A bit more meticulous in the build-up play. No long diagonal balls looking to win second balls or territory. Just more through the line build-up with... I love that he says to the players, just keep passing until you find the right pass. Keep passing until the opportunity presents itself. And don't be afraid to keep knocking it around. I think defensively we look a little bit more solid as well. We are still susceptible at times to giving the ball away and being open on a counter-attack. But I guess playing as a front-footed team, that's always going to be a bit of an Achilles heel. And also, I think one final thing I'd say is I'd like to see us blow away more low-block teams and find that way to really stop this being a way teams can feel they can come to Anfield and get something. What has Slot done to Gravenberch? He's just turned on beast mode. Just turned on beast mode. That's what I would say. We control games more with Slot. So what I don't understand from some sections of our fan base is the accusations of us being boring under Arne Slot. I don't find that at all, personally. You know, each to their own, and we all have different things that, you know, provoke emotion from us watching football. But I think this is technically beautiful to watch under Arne. I do. I think it's like moving chess pieces around a board, and I'm fascinated to get the grips and get to understand his philosophies and how he wants us to play and evolve as a team. Mart said, you just have to love Slot. Let that sink in. His first full season. Yes, he's the first Liverpool manager to win 8 of his first 9 games as well. And that blip, Forest aside, he's almost perfect, man. It's absolutely amazing. Barry, thank you, mate, for your super chat. Very kind of you. Gary Neville, great solid pro, good analyst, but as you say, Craig, but his blinkers are shocking with regards to his predictions for United and Liverpool. He's down there with Merson on that score. I agree with everything you've written. I think Gary Neville is a great pundit, and I think he definitely brings some good insight. But like you've said, he cannot take the blinkers off when looking at us or United. To put United ahead of us in his predictions for the season, I just think is madness. Just madness. But he'll look foolish again at the end of the season. Footbay said, Alisson was wonderful today, did his job. I agree. He was phenomenal. You know, they had 2 shots on target, but Alisson's impact on the game at vital moments, you can't speak highly enough of him. Like I've said, to keep that level of concentration as well, it speaks to the calibre of the man. LFC KSA said, love Klopp, but I love the amount of clean sheets we've already kept under Arne. Same here. We've conceded 3 goals, mate. 3 goals now in 8 games. You know what I mean? I'll take that every day of the week. People keep talking about Arsenal and their defence, and it is great. But so far, in the league anyway, we've conceded, 2 goals? So, keep it coming. Keep those clean sheets coming and we won't be too far off. Did Robbo get injured? No, Nazar, he got taken off at about, I want to say it was about 80 minutes, mate, for Costas in a double change that Arne made. He brought Costas on for Robbo, and then he brought on Curtis Jones for Dominic Szoboszlai. No dark arts here, absolutely. Just good, solid football. Trent doesn't look happy to me, said Mark. I don't know what to say because it's difficult to get a read on that Trent situation. But what I will say is I'm recording with David Lynch tomorrow. I'm going to ask David the question about Trent, the rumours about the 6-year deal, the Virgil situation and everything else that you guys want me to ask. So don't worry. I'm recording that and it should be out about 5:30 tomorrow evening. Alisson almost gave a goal away, holds the ball for too long at times. Well, he has to because it's the way we play out. And you are right, he played a sloppy ball in at one point, but that's the way we play. We have to play out and build up from the back, and if you're doing what he's been asked to do, sometimes mistakes are going to come. Ruzba, thank you. Ruzba Gadiri Tavi, thank you for your super chat, my friend. Said, people say so far we've only won against second tier teams, but how about Real Madrid and Bayern both losing today? We deserve more credit. Yes, like you said, mate, there's no easy games really in the Champions League. Real Madrid went over to France and lost to Lille, and Bayern Munich scored a half full of goals in the first game, came to Villa Park and were beaten 1-0 tonight as well. So full credit to Unai Emery and Aston Villa for their win, but I like the point you've raised as well. What do I think of Ryan's performance? Again, Dale, I thought he was brilliant. Look, hand on heart, if I was voting a man of the match tonight, in my top 3 order, I'd probably go Salah, McAllister. No, Salah, Alisson, Gravenberch would probably be my order tonight in the top 3. But, again, I don't pick the man of the match. The chat does. Let's have a look at the poll. With over 2,500 votes as we come to the end of tonight's match reaction, it is Ryan Gravenberch who is your Anfield Agenda man of the match with 38% of the vote. Thank you to everyone that took part in that vote as well. And don't forget, there is still time for you to submit your player ratings if you'd like to be included in our player ratings video. What we do now is I give my scores and then Connor tabulates and averages out your scores, and then we give the audience's scores and my scores, and that video will be coming up in the next 20 to 25 minutes. So if you want to take part, you need to click on that link at the top of the chat. Just another reminder as well, we're live in Liverpool November the 15th at the Hot Water Comedy Club. If you want to come and see us, you can get your tickets in the link with the description in the description of this stream, I should say. Thank you. Can you please explain how we've more control but less possession? Yes, the areas of the pitch that football is being played in. For me, I think we're controlling games better. Tonight, yes, we didn't have as much possession as we would normally have had. It was quite close, 52-48, but I never felt in trouble in that game tonight. I felt nervy at 1-0. You're never really comfortable at 1-0, but look, all I can say to you is I feel like we're more controlled watching the team. I feel like we're less susceptible to head in hands moments, is probably the fairest I can be. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say goodnight and I'm going to record the player ratings video. You guys have said if you want to do it, you know what to do. Click the link at the top of the chat. I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be recording with David Lynch. That video will be out at 5:30, and then I will be back tomorrow night at 8:45 with a late night agenda. Thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. Do drop a like for me before you head off, please. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. I'll see you for those player ratings in a few minutes. Keep an eye out. Much love. Thank you.